Hey, what up, man? So, uh, shout out to everybody that was on the Sunday Rumble last night. The infamous, never-ending, dark skin, light skin, colorism, debate. It was epic night. It was the biggest one I've ever been involved with. Over 1,000 people watching, so on and so forth. But hey, man, I'm just do a little bit of expounding upon that. Um, Ultimately, man, and I might I might put together a little mix of lyrics and things to add on to preface this before the video starts, just to prove how long this shit's been going on. But this shit's been going on longer than I've existed as far as music and entertainment goes. Music goes, I know UGK Pimp C. And Pimp C was a light skinned nigga, and all he wanted to talked about was bad yellow bitches and red bones and all this other shit. Lil Wayne, another big one, so on and so forth. And people saying it's got to end, it's got to stop. It's never gonna stop, people. It's never gonna stop, bro. It's never gonna stop because I mean, one group feels slighted. All right, anytime one person feels they have a disadvantage, they're never ever going to just let it go because they can't get over it. Okay, until you reach a certain level where you have the self-esteem and self-security, self-confidence, and the level of just not giving a fuck. I mean, anytime somebody says it, people are gonna blow it out of proportion because they're hurt by it. Again, it's coming from a dark skinned dude that struggled with the whole, you know, confidence issues due to me being told I was too dark at some point in time. I as a kid, okay. Um, uh, I want to segue over this into something else, but nah, I'm gonna say that for a whole nother video. But either way, man, you gotta be honest out here, okay? And it's coming from a guy that I'm a average looking guy, average. Hey, some people may deem me ugly, so I put on the ugly hat right now. Just some people just aren't attractive, all right? Okay, some people just aren't attractive, all right. And there's some people that you're going to deem unattractive, no matter what, based off of certain attributes. For some guys, it's weight. For some guys, it's height. For some guys, it may be ethnicity, or so on and so forth. Some guys, it may be hair texture. Some guys, it may be um, your other attributes of your body, like your breast size or your butt size or how beautiful your face is. All these different things, man. And when you're dealing with the vessel of the female, who who's a creature that's insecure by nature, and I'm not saying creature in a bad way, but just you know just a general premise and term. Um, uh, it's always going to be somebody that ends up on the short end of the stick, right? The harsh reality of life is attractive chicks have it the best in the world. The best gift that any female can ever receive in life is being attractive, okay? And we're talking eights or better. Eights or better are females that no matter what, for the most part, 90% of men on the planet will consider her attractive and would like to have sex with her, okay? All right, you're going to have onesie twosies here to where like if a guy just don't deal with black chicks and she's a eight or better, well, he no matter how fine she is, that's how it is for her, for him, and it goes throughout the race the same thing. Some people are quote unquote race men. Some dudes stay within their race. All right, but the issue and the the problem that I don't understand, and this is no diss by any means, but this ideology of somehow dark skin being phased out. Again, you guys didn't pay attention in like middle school science. Dark is a dominant trait, all right? And there's studies that said that everybody's going to be, or people is going to be like beige or so on and so forth. That's not affecting us as much as it is Caucasians, okay? because again, dark is a dominant trait. So this is one of the big parts that people don't understand about what Donald Trump is trying to do and trying to prevent, because he knows the writing's on the wall. You let all these Hispanics come in here, and they say white Hispanics or so on and so forth or whatnot. This mixing and stuff happens, and that's how you lose, quote unquote, lose the race, or the race gets depleted because it's mixed when you're Caucasian, because that's a recessive trait. All right, a black person has a fucking child with with a white person or any type of lighter person, you'll be able to tell that they're only going to be brown or darker skin. The young lady that just beat Serena not too long ago, her father's part Haitian. She's dark. She's Haitian and Japanese. She's dark. The young fella, Hashirama or something like that, the dude that just got drafted from Gonzaga, one of his parents, I don't know which is which, but one of them is black, one of them is Japanese. Again, he's dark, so on and so forth. So again, you guys have to properly contextualize this and be honest when you're talking about this whole thing. Because even if, for the most part, and I know there are some situations where the dark skinned guy has a baby with the lighter skinned person, and they and that baby comes out, or that child comes out lighter, but for the most part, you're still going to be brown to darker skin, despite, having a baby with a person that's already melanated. You know what I'm saying? All right, and like I said, you got to look at the percentages, or just, and again, there's no solid data for this. I know people are going to say, oh, well, where's your data? Well, there's no data. All this is going to be anecdotal. You have to look throughout your life and take, a mental note of what you see, all right, especially as a black person growing up. I've seen people who have had kids with lighter skinned people, and hell, they dark as me or darker. Okay, I've seen people that have had kids with straight up white people, and they came out brown skin more so than light skin, so on and so forth. So again, and then hell, I've seen two dark skinned people have babies, and the child come out brown skin to light skin themselves. Okay, so again, man, this whole myth of somehow us depleting the race because you're having children with another melanated person, that's bullshit. I can tell you that all of my kids are dark, all right, my complexion, and but the twins, their mother's light skin, and my wife's light skin, and my son is as dark as me. Okay, so even in this fucking ideology of you don't want to have a kid that's as dark as you or darker or so on and so forth, again, you don't know what the hell you're gonna get until they put this whole thing out here where you can gene pick and you can, select the eye color and all the shit, so on and so forth. God fortunately still has control of that, and you don't, it's a lottery on the features, as far as the darkness of the skin tone that a person is gonna have. So back to this, ladies, you have to do a fair assessment of yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Get naked in front of the mirror. Look at yourself. Not just look at yourself from the physical aspect. Look at yourself. All right? Mental and emotional. How are you as a person and all these other things. And how are you really? Why are you over 25? Okay, and still single? Are you 30 and still single? That single by choice shit is bullshit. All right, and every man knows it. And again, I think I said it before. I don't know if I said it on here or at some point in time, but the finer you are, whether you be dark, light, or whatever, and the older you are, the more a man knows you have a serious character flaw, right? For the less attractive chicks, it's more understandable. Even for the less attractive chicks, man, I see plenty of not that attractive chicks that get chosen, and that's not just, that's anything from facially to what some dudes would deem being overweight and so on and so forth, and they get chosen. You know why? Because generally, like I said, they found someone that cared about them, that loved them, and was willing to dedicate for them, and they made the smart choice. Okay, you guys have to stop being just like you tell dudes. Dudes have to stay in their lane. Dudes somehow have to, seek their own level or whatnot. And the funny thing about it is that's very untrue for guys. Guys can very very often punch above their weight class because again, for a man, he has things outside of his physical attributes and his handsomeness or whatnot and charisma and all these other things that are needed in order to get a female that can supersede that with his his success or his power, the amount of money he makes, the security he's able to give to a female, all these different things. And even outside of that, just the looks, if he has enough charisma, swag, mouthpiece, whatever you want to call it, there are things that a man can do that a woman just can't do because a man is the hunter, all right? The woman is the prey. So being that that's the dynamic of the male-female relationship over 90% of the time, that's just the advantage a man has a woman never has. So what you have to do as a woman, and like I said, it's not me dissing or what's it's me being completely and totally honest with you. And take this advice from a man. This is a big problem that a lot of females don't want to do. I'm not no fucking counselor. I'm not no psychiatrist, no psychologist. I'm just some nigga that, I can look at things and assess them fairly well, okay? And me, myself, like I said, having to come over and overcome a lot of these insecurities and things, okay, I'm able to tell you from the dark-skinned person's perspective. Okay, is it the same as a female or a woman's? Of course not. But at the same time, I know some of those same pitfalls. All right? So, again, get naked in front of the mirror and assess yourself. And then after you assess yourself, honestly and truly, it has to be a self-assessment. Ask yourself, what can I change? And in the physical, it's not going to always be a lot of things. Hey, you're not going to be able to lose weight if you're overweight, you're obese, or so on and so forth, okay? And it's not to down yourself. But at the same time, you got to say to yourself, while you look at this, you got to critique yourself and say, hey, I'm still a fine-ass motherfucker, all right? You still got to say that, man, because, I guarantee you, and like I said, everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen that chick that's unattractive and so on and so forth. And that don't mean, and another thing, too, don't get this twisted now. Don't be out here just giving your fucking goodies away and think that that's something. Any dude will fuck for the most part. As long as you have a mouth, a vagina, and an anus, some man will be pursuing you. But at the same time, you have to know if and when and who to give that gift to. You know what I'm saying? Make that decision on your own if and when you're really trying to be chosen. And don't be a fucking sucker. All right? Chicks always talk about dudes being suckers, but there are far more female suckers out here than guys are. Because dudes, there's a lot of chicks out here that end up fucked and forgotten. All right? Because they think a little piece of pussy is going to keep a guy. That's not true. It's never going to happen. All right? Dudes will have sex with you in a minute but not commit. And again, after you do this whole, self-assessment, man, you have to make a decision about the things you're going to, concede and you're going to work on to change. And at the same time, you're going to have to, do a little bit of self-love, bro. Do a little bit of like, hey, I may not be here or there or so on and so forth. I may not have this, but hey, I'm funny. I'm intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Put a spotlight on those things, man. Accentuate those things. You know what I'm saying? Your advantages. I tell motherfuckers all the time, bro. Shaq don't cross over. Shaq played to his advantage. He put your ass in the post and he fucking, you know what I'm saying? Iverson don't post up. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm using basketball analogies to females, but hey, ask some dude, he'll explain it to you. But seriously, man, this whole quote unquote colorism thing, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, ladies. All right? A man has a right to his fucking preference, and it's not because you're dark skinned. It's because you don't have what the majority of men want. This is what it is. And 9 times out of 10 it's a character flaw, especially if you're honestly attractive. Again, if you're 6 or better, honestly, you're doing an honest assessment, you're 6 or better, and men aren't choosing you, it isn't because of your skin tone. It isn't because of like your looks or whatnot. Not your hair, your nails, your fake eyelashes, none of that shit. Dudes don't care about none of that shit either too. Stop wasting all that money, man, and get a gym membership or spend that shit on the psych. Alright? Not wasting your money on all the wrong shit. Instead of something that can really help you in life on the long run. Alright? But either way it goes, bro. Work on yourself. Alright? You know what I'm saying? The man's gonna have his preference, and you know one of the big things that dark skinned females don't like to fucking admit is you have a stigma that's related to you, and you guys get it perpetuated in the media all the time, and you guys praise this shit. Y'all out here supporting fucking Tiffany Haddish and all this bullshit. Y'all letting her represent y'all and be cool, y'all cool with that instead of y'all shooting that shit down, loud, ghetto, rambunctious, fucking thirsty as fuck. Tiffany Haddish out here chasing niggas, man. All right, and that's who y'all have representing y'all in the media and the entertainment. So you want to get past these stigmas and these certain things, man. It's gonna take you to have, you know what I'm saying, character changes, all right? Because it's not your looks, man. It's not your skin tone. Dudes love a female that's attractive regardless of skin tone, 9 times out of 10. Unless, you know, and usually that's a dude outside of the race that'll say, hey, I just don't fuck with blacks, I don't fuck with Asians, I don't fuck with Latinos, you know, so on and so forth, whatever it may be. And you can't knock those dudes that have their preference. But even within the race, again, a man has his right to choose who the fuck he wants to choose. All right? A dude can motherfucking say, hey, I like light-skinned females, but if he runs across a dark-skinned female that has all the other traits and so on and so forth, he may be able to fucking supersede that. But at the same time, he may just be like, hey, I can fucking have sex with you, but I just don't want to be with you long term. I mean, it's a short-term thing. And that's life, man. That's the harsh reality of life. And what's really happening here is you guys want to pigeonhole and you want to fucking imprison black men into choosing you. And that's never going to work. All right? You force somebody into doing some shit, you make it a chore, they're going to hate it and they're never going to want to do it. Then, you know what I'm saying? Make yourself more appealing. All right? That's that on that, man. And I'll catch you on the next one.